Pride is a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction from one's own achievement. Now, when we hear that partial definition of pride, it does not sound bad, but it is. It is not something good to be brought before the throne of God. God does not accept the prideful. He does not accept us not being in a humbled state, coming before him. I'm going to read a little something of what a proud person is. So, a proud person often rejects God's authority and guidance, believing they are sufficient on their own. We know we need God's help in everything. We are not sufficient on our own. And I'm going to read a couple of scriptures to help us back all of this up. Our first scripture is going to be Proverbs. It's going to be chapter 16 and verse 18. That reads, "Pride goes before destruction and haughtiness before a fall." Let me read 19 also. It says, "Better to live humbly with the poor than to share plunder with the proud." Here we hear both. We hear about pride and we hear about humility. And pride is always talked down on in the scriptures. It is not a good thing. Let's go to James, and it's going to be chapter 4, the latter part of verse 6, and then also verse 10. That reads, "As the scriptures say, God opposes the proud but favors the humble." And verse 10 reads, "Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will lift you up in honor." So when we hear these verses, it's letting us know, don't come before God with all that pride. He cannot accept you. God cannot work through you, and he cannot get you to the level that you would like to be at with his help if you are full of pride. We have to come before God with a massive amount of humility, even if that means coming before him with a fully wet face because we've been crying tears, frustration, not knowing what to do. God will give us the answers. He loves to work through those who are weak. He's able to lift you up in honor, as verse 10 says. And so let us remember to be humble before God in all that we do. Until next time.